So it's Friday, so it's time for Poets. Some of us know that as Push Off Early, tomorrow's Saturday. But in this context, it's the Perioperative Enhancement Team. Inspired by Dr. Sol Aronson and the team at Duke, a selection of clips to get us thinking about the next steps in providing world-class perioperative care. You'll find the full lectures in our back catalogue, or join us at the upcoming Perioperative Practicum for expert discussions, business case tips, and hands-on workshops. Go to www.ebpom.org and look for our international programme of perioperative practicums.
Top Med Talk.
This piece is presented by Desiree, Chappell and Monty Mythen with their guest, Dr. Clare Gerada, Medical Director, Physician Health, Practitioner Health Service. Have a listen.
What I would say to any anaesthetists listening to this, if you're struggling and you're feeling despondent or finding it difficult to get up in the morning, finding it difficult to find the energy to get to work, or maybe drinking too much, or maybe taking medicines or drugs from the ward, please seek help. I run a confidential service, www.php.nhs.uk, the Practitioner Health Service.
So, Claire, thank you for the work you do. We relatively recently interviewed here on Top Med Talk Professor Paul Wishmeyer, who's a professor of anaesthesia, surgery and critical care from Duke University Medical Centre, who told us that twice in his life he'd been addicted to narcotics. And the story he told us was that his addiction came from ill health, followed by probably misprescribing of narcotics, OxyContin in particular. But the really compelling part of the story, that sadly is a familiar story, was that when he put his hand up as a physician and said that he was not coping and he needed help, he got all the help he needed. He wasn't condemned, his license wasn't taken away. He could put his hand up in a fully supported environment and say, please help me. And Desiree, we did that interview together. Is that what you heard?
Absolutely, that's what I heard. I don't know if that's always the case.
But sadly, that isn't the case like that in the United States at all anymore. That is actually more of the case now in the UK if you're lucky enough to find your way to my service. So we can contain your addiction as long as you stop and as long as you follow the advice that we're giving and as long as you're not putting patients at risk. We have a special memorandum of understanding with the General Medical Council, so we can contain that. We work as a team so we can hold it together, and hopefully we can help you through to recovery. About 75% of the doctors we have with addiction get better. Now, of course, addiction is a lifelong problem. You're just in recovery, you're never cured, but nevertheless we get the doctors better and back to work.
But on this, don't be scared to seek help. Certainly in our national guidelines, I checked them recently, it's crystal clear that you will be helped. You won't be locked up, taken away.
Your national guidelines,
the Association of Anaesthetists guidelines supported by the College of Anaesthetists.
AAGBI.
Exactly.
Wonderful guidelines you've got, which are just about to be reviewed. But they're probably in a little bit of conflict with the General Medical Council Fitness to Practice guidelines that all doctors have to adhere to. I'm hoping with the revised guidelines that are going to be done fairly shortly, we can make that much clearer. And if you put your hand up as an anaesthetist, if you follow the advice, we must allow you to have a safe space to get better. And I promise I will do everything I can to make sure that happens.
Top Med Talk.
Nick Majerison here. Thank you for listening to Top Med Talk. Now, before we let you go, it's important that we remind you to subscribe to Top Med Talk. That way you'll never, ever miss another episode. Also, if we could encourage you to join us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, pretty much every single social media platform, we're there. Join us. And finally, check out topmedtalk.com. If you go to our website, you can subscribe to email updates. That way we can always tell you where we're going to be, what we're going to be doing, and how you can join us. topmedtalk.com and click on the section marked email updates. Finally, Top Med Talk is proud to act as the broadcasting arm of EBPOM, Evidence-Based Perioperative Medicine. We'd love you to find out more about them as well. ebpom.org is their website. That's ebpom.org. And if you go to ebpom.org/meetings, you can find out about some of the wonderful meetings that we attend and cover across the year here on Top Med Talk. That's ebpom.org/meetings.